Crypto Kingdom, welcome. This is London. We're having a great day. Here we are trading, guys. We day trade, and that's what we are used to. We focus on Bitcoin, on Dogecoin. We have a real good group. We had over 100 VIP members that joined the first month. So as we look at the newer coins more recently, guys, we are not being affected as much by this. I'd say, if at all, guys, the day traders are doing very well. With Gate, we are into some new coins. It looks like quite a few are up over 100% today. CIR is up 499% today. Very, very nice on CIR. Quite a few coins are up over 100% today. So that's a nice showing by all of you. We'll go ahead and look today at BTC. We'll look at Dogecoin. We'll do some analytics. And while you guys are kind of enjoying your reprieve from the retracement. I'm going to say that because I know a lot of you are trading on Gate and having a great time. VIPs are, they have a good strategy. I like it a lot. Just on those highly volatile coins, just kind of taking it lightly. I think that's a good approach. And yeah, booking positive trades. There's no reason you can't book a positive trade with a small amount of money on something that's highly volatile. Work on those day trading skills. Nothing you hear on this channel will be investment advice, guys. This will not be financial advice, but you guys do understand that doesn't mean that it has to be incorrect, right? So we do focus on accuracy quite a bit. We are not very interested in being incorrect on anything. That's not the idea. So as we see some people here, Andrew, hey, Andrew, nice to see you. Lars, Julian, nice to see everybody. Touching base, guys, we have a lot of information to kind of cover. We've covered it in quite a few videos. I know that that we have a real good group in the back, guys. I know that we're excuse me, going through a lot of information, and it's just kind of a crucial time. There's no reason we can't just kind of get together and spend a bit of time going through some of the diagnostics, going through some of your successes. I know, Andrew, you traded, for instance, AMC today. That was really fantastic. Nice job, 20% on that retracement. Way to go, Andrew. You guys see on the bottom right, Andrew is a key supporter, key leader at 0.5K. He's a $500 level of supporter thus far. We look forward to him stepping up if he chooses to do so in terms of leadership of the group here. We have a great group of day traders, and you guys are welcome to join. If you have not joined already, you can do so from, I think, a PC computer is the easiest way to do that. And we just have the way that it works, guys. You understand this, just in case anyone is not already plugged in. You need to go to the Kingdom, TheKingdom on Twitter, and you'll have to select down after you type that in, just so everybody can review and we make sure that everything is going well. The Kingdom. Then scroll down. You'll click on Go to the Kingdom, right? And then you'll click on Follow, Notifications, definitely. And then you need to reply to this first pinned tweet here, right here, where it says VIP. Let me know, hey, I am VIP, and we'll take care of putting you in the back rooms like the Day Trader Zone, absolutely, or the exclusive VIP access where we have all types of charts, all types of, this is like, for instance, the AMC chart that went off like gangbusters. Very, very nice for 20%, a little over 20%, 21%. Very nice in terms of pricing targets. So those are the back rooms. That's the restricted zone, guys, as you understand that. Just, make sure that we do all understand that. If you guys know of any VIPs that aren't plugged into that back room, we also have the community tab, the community tab, which is, what do we have here? That's not it. Community tab. That's not it either. Let me see if I can go to our channel just to show everyone, just to make sure we know. Community tab there has all the, essentially the details in the community tab as well, but there's more in the back rooms in terms of communication. So we look forward to, definitely continuing to build that. Dandro, very nice to see you, hey? Just nice to see you. Nice to welcome back. A lot of you have been in the back rooms. I'm so excited because I see you guys doing very well, and it's this group right here with Andrew, Julian, Lars. You guys are just doing very, very well, and Dandrew, I see you back there as well. And it's a nice group. It's a solid group of people that understand the technicals and don't get carried away with things. You have a lot of discipline, and it's just nice. I know that this is not normally prime time for us. Normally we're a little later. Excuse me, but I honestly was just looking at the markets. I've looked through all the coins enough. You guys know that. You probably have too. I've looked at all the coins. I've done all of the research. I am so ready for this to break down. It's not even funny. I just have to tell you. Dandro, nice to see you too. You say good day, London. Hey, nice to see you, Dandro. But I am so ready for this to break down. It's not even funny. So as we understand the logic here, it's not that I'm wishing bad upon the market, but it's kind of like if you were to have a store, if we were to have a store, let's just say, and we had inventory, and our inventory was just sitting on the shelves, and it just decided to sit on the shelves for like 6 months. That's about how I feel right now, is that we have inventory that literally is just sitting on the shelf, not doing anything. And guys, I'm so glad that we brought Gate to you. I'm so glad that you have Gate Exchange, that we have some trades. AMC was nice today. You guys know that as well. We just, we've had some diversion amongst this, but you guys, we don't have to sugarcoat this at all. When the price is literally just, when this is our price, it's gotten a little bit much, right? We can talk about the crash video at some point. It's like, is it, if it's going to crash, that'd be great. If it's just going to sit there, we have options. We're not in the VIP day trader club just to sit necessarily. Now we can. I'll say this: we can go into the kind of the extra, let's say fine tooth, let's say with a fine comb. What would you say with kind of the magnifying glass? Let's say that. We can day trade any of this. You guys understand kind of the concepts behind this. We can go and literally throughout the entirety of this channel, for instance, on, as we say, and I see that, I mean the channel that you see on the screen right now. As we were to define this, you guys understand we could spend the majority of the day literally going through and day trading that channel. And we could get in probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades. I'd say 10 trades along that line right there that's expressed just right there. We could do that on Bitcoin any day of the week, guys. No questions asked. Any day of the week, we can go through that and we can enjoy trading that, and we can work on it and kind of fine-tune, I'd say, our skills in day trading. No problem. That's not a big deal. We have the ability to do that. I'd say a technical ability, and we have the both personally and in terms of the logistics as it might be covered on the computer, etc. That is our group. Okay, we're capable. You guys you're very capable of doing something like that. It doesn't go without saying though, because a lot of people don't know how to do like a swing trade or a channel trade, right? So it's not that Bitcoin is completely without action or the market's completely without action. The same we could say in terms of Dogecoin. Let's take a look at Doge. It's what got a lot of people into this space. You guys understand that. I would say that it is trying to express something right now, which is potentially positive in terms of pricing. However, it's also potentially negative. I'm gonna tell you what that turns on, what that hinges on right now, and it's going to be a nuance. The different time frames are going to tell you different stories all the time. Particularly with Dogecoin right now, I would want to look at the notion. Let's say on the 3 minutes, currently at what is it, about 18 and 6/10 cents. Okay. Now, we have what appears to be a triangulation, okay? It's essentially, it's not a pennant, it's kind of a symmetrical triangle, okay? Typically, that's going to want to break to the upside, okay? That's going to want to break up and out. It's a continuation pattern, okay? We would expect it to go ahead and reconfirm along this prior resistance, okay? We see a lot of these trades, guys. A lot of these symmetrical triangles are printing cash for the VIPs. You guys know that? Absolutely. When we find them, I always look for an anomaly, something that can contradict, some deficit, something which isn't working right. This key target into the top line of the resistance, this hit right here, this is textbook. Bam, right there, okay? This hit down into here. You'll need to know how to measure your target. The target is going to be by extending this line, okay? You're going to extend this line, the bottom line of support, and it's going to be, technically, I'm going to tell you the textbook, you're going to measure these right there, okay? And that's going to be the measurement that you're going to take up. I'll tell you, though, if you have lines of, this is what gets interesting, as you have lines of, let's say, EMA resistance here, okay? As you look at, and I'm going to bring those up just so you can confirm, EMA at EMA 400 is on top, guys. Then we have, that's the exponential moving average, okay? Then we have the 250 right below it. As we get into battling those, the story changes a little bit potentially. I'll say in addition to that story, which EMAs can conflict with, etc. And you guys hit the like button if you just showed up, if you haven't been here the whole time. I'd appreciate that so I know what to cover. In terms of this, do know, guys, we have literally seen, and I'm just going to say from an empirical standpoint, from a data standpoint, we have seen that these don't necessarily, in terms of the overall amplitude, we are seeing people take profits earlier than what's designated in terms of the proper, I'd say the proper, the proper fulfillment of the pricing target. So whereas we might have the pricing target here and around 18.9, we're seeing people take profits in and along with, and Angel is in the house. Nice to see Angel here. Angel, so glad to see you. London in the Kingdom, hello on behalf of myself and my son, Sebastian, who is watching live. Hey, Sebastian, I am so happy to hear that. We're very excited. Very excited to have you, Sebastian. All the family members, etc. I know, we just have a great, great group, and we're very excited to have Angel continually. And he is doing. Let's see what we have. There we go. We have a little bit of sound off and on now through a few different resources. But Sebastian, we're very excited that you're involved in the market to the extent you are. To the extent that you're not, and you would even like to be maybe a VIP, we would welcome you to be a VIP member. Absolutely. We would think that would be fantastic. You guys, we know, the VIPs would definitely welcome you in terms of that. A lot of people do join VIP to learn. This would be, for instance, Sebastian, probably your first symmetrical triangle. Okay, we focus on technical analysis. Now, technical analysis tries to give the trader an edge. I'll just say an edge, not necessarily, all the time, but we're going to deal with the probabilities of, what the patterns, okay, or the indicators, what they present to us. As you see this. And Andrew in the house. Very nice to see Andrew rocking through a super chat as well. I love to see that, Andrew. That is so awesome. I am so excited to see that. Andrew is also stepping up with that right now in terms of another 100. So you guys are doing well, that's so exciting. You guys see this breaking out. That's exactly what we want to see with this pattern is the breakout here. And that's this is good for Sebastian his first time. Andrew is a real big trader in terms of he's very, I'd say a prolific, what would you say, Bitcoin, Dogecoin trader. Very, very exciting. He's technically very, very, I'd say masterful almost. He's almost reached a level of being masterful in terms of that. So thank you very much for that, Andrew. Nice to see you chime in, and we just love that because we know you're doing well. We have to receive that somehow, and that just lets us know. It's nice to read a tweet. It's nice to know something otherwise, but when we see that pop up, we just definitely know, like, Andrew is killing it. Andrew's doing really well, and that's very exciting when you see anyone really supporting at that level. That just lets the community know. As you see, on the top, 8.25 thousand. Angel, our top supporter, and you see on the bottom, you see Andrew, who is now he's at 0.6. I'm gonna keep you at the K, so at $600, and that's just really exciting because Andrew, the better that you do, it's just more exciting for all of us, and we appreciate all of the attention you give the entire community. Andrew, you're continually there, and we really enjoyed the conversation this last weekend, and. Yeah, we look forward next time to having Angel on the conversation. Angel, we missed you this last weekend on that phone conversation. And we look forward to potentially having maybe even Sebastian as a VIP. I don't know if that can happen, but that's Angel's son, and that would be very, very nice. Let's see. We have some books also that I think that's the last thing Sebastian wants. He's like, nah, don't give me the books, right? But I think you would find them if you could get into them at this age. If you look at as you would look at Andrew, for instance, I think Andrew has been involved in technical analysis for a long time, and he would definitely attest to the fact. He'd be a great person for you to learn from, Sebastian, as we look at that. And I know Angel's like, absolutely, absolutely. We would definitely welcome that opportunity to have Sebastian in the VIP. And Sebastian, we can show you what it's all about in the back rooms, et cetera. It's a lot of fun. Your dad keeps it a lot of fun. I got to tell you, a whole lot of fun. As we look at that, just some exposure to the nuances of technical analysis. How does trading occur? What is, kind of as we go through the different platforms, we discuss all types of things back there from, stocks and opportunities like that to definitely crypto. You guys know crypto is where our kind of our focus is, but we do in terms of not GME, we went through that as well, but definitely like with AMC stock. Okay, that's the theater company that went through a big short situation. Okay, we targeted that up, Andrew. Yeah, we've been hitting the stocks a little bit. Yeah, absolutely, and that's been really nice, Andrew. Really appreciate your reaching out again today. Just hammering that button, just slam it, break it off the keyboard, brother. You may be on the cell phone. Don't break the cell phone, but if you have a button to hit that $100 chat, just go ahead and break it off the keyboard. Just do what you need to do, however you feel like that needs to be done. I'm kind of messing with you, but don't break that phone. I know you do a lot of charting on that phone, so. Sebastian, we do have a good time around here, and your dad is just the kind of the penultimate expression of like VIP. We love it. He's been around, and I guess Sebastian, you know this, and this is Sebastian I'm talking to is the son of Angel. And he's listening today. And I don't know, Andrew, if your family listens at all. I know it's a funny story because Andrew's wife started, honestly, this is the story, guys. Andrew's wife, and Andrew's one of the key supporters on the bottom right. You see her, just a lovely, lovely picture. Absolutely. And on the top right, obviously, we can't say enough about the couples around here. Very, very nicely done. And hopefully they're well cared for, you guys. In terms of our treatment of the entirety of the channel and you guys, hopefully you're taking care of each other in those relationships. They're hugely important. But as we get to this, the funny story is about, and Sebastian and Angel, I think you'll like this, is the story about Andrew. And the channel here is that Andrew, he's married, he has a family, kids, everything like that, just a stand-up guy, and he's VIP. So that's it. He's a great trader. We'll talk about that in a bit. But he was trying to explain to his wife Fibonacci's and trying to explain to her, technical analysis. And the interesting thing was Andrew plugged her into this channel because we were doing a lot of heavy Fibonacci work. And so I do know, and I'm always cognizant of that. Sometimes I'll joke around with a specific portion of it, but we're just currently watching this triangulation play out with Dogecoin. We're kind of, as we watch the live price action, we're kind of, just talking about a few details. This is live price action. There may be a trade indicated. It's not, the purpose of this show is to not indicate trades or not. It's to go through technical analysis. So we're currently watching at about 18 and 6/10, almost 7/10 cents. Doge potentially break out. And let's just review that real quickly before I get too carried away with the stories. But as we look at that, Doge potentially break out in and around to an area we'd say of about 18.9. Okay, so it's not a huge move, but it is a significant move. It's a continuation of the move up after you've reached somewhat of a retracement, and that just means retrace means the price goes down. Okay, we have an upward trajectory that's achieved. Okay, the price goes up. Then retrace means the price is going down. It's retracing. Okay, that's just a technical term. It's not a big deal. It's just a technical term. As you watch that kick up off there, and you guys, this always looks better on a TV screen. If you can put it on a big screen, it will look better. I promise. It's built for the big screen. So as we look at this price action, that's some nice price action, guys. That's why we are involved with Dogecoin, involved with Bitcoin. Some of these smaller coins, you guys know, there's so much price action, we don't know what to do with them. I always say on the small ones with a whole lot of price action, we just throw a cup of coffee on it. I mean, literally just maybe $4 or $5 on it. Try and practice that, in terms of Sebastian, as you would get involved in something like going really light. That's the way the VIPs do things. In terms of if something has a lot of price action, just going really light. Andrew, I was talking about your wife just a bit, just mentioning her, in terms of her involvement with the channel and how she came to discover, or you offered for her to watch an episode that had to do with Fibonacci's, etc. In terms of pricing targets, that means a lot to me. You have to understand that, and that's very nice. Now that Angel, now that you have your son watching, it's nice, this family dynamic where we're able to express. Ouch! There we go. Express that. That's an ouch right there, Sebastian. As you see that. That's not supposed to happen. Now we can talk about okay, here we go. So this would be a great time for you to learn that. As we see this potentially go, there's two ways this can definitely go. Chris, what's going on, brother? Chris in the house. Nice to see Chris. Sebastian, just so you know, and Andrew, I don't know if you've shared this, as well as the rest of you. We have a ton of great family people here. You guys know that. Chris is, Chris. I think Chris knows of an exchange or two, guys. Chris is very I'll just say connected with Voyager Exchange. Okay, so Chris, I know you have an investment banking background. As you guys see the chat room fill up here, if you would like to chat, you're welcome to chat. This is kind of your area here, and we got started a little bit early. Chris brings a lot of investment banking experience to the group, and Chris, we're talking right now. We have Angel, of course, has lit up the room with a $100 super chat, and his son is watching, Sebastian, and we're just reminiscing a little bit on how Andrew, on the bottom right, he's lit up the super chats as well. He has, and we love that because it's an expression of how well people are doing. We need that energy is crucial when you guys are doing well, and I know you guys can do well every day. If you're not, I know you can. So as we watch this breakdown. This is Doge. Welcome to Dogecoin. And Sebastian, this is a perfect introduction to trading and to Dogecoin. And everyone in here would say, you bet it, huh? Why? Because Doge is not that technically inclined. It will fake you out. And this is a classic fake out. as we watch this, this is a classic fake out. We have spent hours, we have spent days with Dogecoin. If this doesn't surprise anyone, it's going to be us. I'm going to tell you, because we have kind of what looks like a perfect setup. We have a perfect kind of breakout. We're ready to set here right along the EMAs. We're ready to go on up towards the upside, right? This has normally, and Sebastian, it's something, make sure you don't learn what it's doing right now, okay, other than the fact that your trades can surprise you. So when we look at this, understand what Doge, this was supposed to move up. This was a small move. We're still in the 18-cent category. Okay, it made up to about 75 cents was the all-time high. But as we watch this, guys, this is a contraindication we're very used to, and we're prepared at all times for a move to the upside or to the downside. Okay, so you guys know that. We have been through enough Doge that we understand this is just what happens with Doge. It may want to comport. It may have its own set of probabilities with, what a lesson playing out. Absolutely, Angel. It's just priceless. If you could really get someone a technical analysis book, absolutely. And hey, Jag, what's up? What's up, Jag? Nice to see you, and nice to hear you're doing well. Look at this. This is just, honestly, I have to tell you, it's really nice to see. And now Sebastian and Andrew, etc., the entirety of the crowd, it's never nice to see the price necessarily go down unless what? Unless you're going down to a target. Okay, well, what would a target mean in this situation? Well, we would probably use our Fibonacci pricing tool. We would probably come up with Fibonacci pricing tools, or use that instrumentation of the program, and it's a click away. Fibonacci is a sequence. It's a sequence of numbers. They're percentages. It's really easy. You may go to shop for a new car and say, okay, I want a 50% discount on the car. All right, I really want a 50% discount, or at least on the floor mats. How about that? Or on the window clear coat. Is that cool? Not on the whole car, just on the clear coat, something like that. What we would say is that discount, the notion of a discount, okay? And if the car were flooded, something like that, you may say, I want a 50% discount on it. But, anytime you bargain on anything, you may say, well, there's 10% off on these today. Go ahead and come buy these. All right, well, 10% off. Okay, that sounds good. Maybe I'm a little bit more interested. I'm a little bit more enticed to do that because the price might be too high. Just standard price might be too high. When we deal with a retracement, okay, we're talking about the price going down. We're talking about, Sebastian and everyone, we're talking about with this entirety, and I'm going to give you one more big word, and that's going to be it in terms of big words for the day, the amplitude, okay? The amplitude is going to be the height, okay? The amplitude or the height, okay, is the entirety of the price move to the upside. That would be the amplitude, the last big word I'll use, okay, because we use Fibonacci, retracement, now amplitude. Those three words, if you got that down, you have conquered the lesson for the day. In terms of that, we'll just say the height of the price move, okay? This height, the entirety of it, is going to give back. When it moves down, it's going to give back, and we're going to count that in terms of percentages, okay? We're going to count that in terms of percentages, okay? We're going to say the first line is going to be, let's say about a 20%, more or less 20%. People will target up and say, that's right, I want about a 20% discount. The next one's going to be around, let's say 40%, and around 40%. Okay, no problem, around 40%. The next one's going to be about 50%. And we say, okay, fine, I want about a 50% discount. Now, those change as you go down. They kind of march down. All they're doing is giving us a price target to enter in and say, well, that price up here is fine, but I really would like to pick it up at 50% off. I really would like to pick it up at 50% off. Okay, so the pricing tool allows us to either say, I want about let's say a 20 to 25% discount, or hey, I want about a 35 to 40% discount. Some people say, you know what, I really want a 50% discount. In this instance, people want more than that. They want more of a discount in terms of this. There is not enough demand at these higher levels. It may seem kind of dramatic because, well, the price is just going straight down. It is dramatic, and you have to understand because we had a setup. We had a very clear setup. We had a technical pattern. This is just the way that Doge goes, and it's the way that trading goes. You always need to be prepared. Now, there's something you say, well, someone's going to lose, right? This is a great time to enter into like discussion with Andrew, absolutely, or with really any of the VIPs. What would we do in this situation, guys? We would enter into, and we have Sebastian, who's listening right now. Sebastian, we would have entered into, if we were trading this live, etc., we would have set up, and I wasn't doing it live, it's okay. But we would have set up a stop loss, okay? Because you're going to lose. You don't want to lose this, right? Exactly. So we would set up a stop loss, okay? And that's all it is. It's going to stop your loss. It's real easy. It's a type of order we put into the exchange. Literally, we'll just, if we were to enter into a position here, and we have rules for when we would enter into a position here, we would want to break through this line, okay? This is that symmetrical triangle. I'll draw it out in green so you can really see kind of what we were dealing with. Now, these patterns repeat over time. They've been studied, they repeat, and they kind of build into, like, everyone expects these patterns to do a certain thing. That's the thing, everyone expects them. Like over time, it's like, well, everyone knows what a symmetrical triangle is, and it's going to repeat in terms of its behavior. Some of the investments are going to be highly predictable, highly predictable. They will match up, and they will, if you have a technical pattern, they will absolutely, they'll conform. Like, maybe 80 or 90% of the time, some of them, literally 80 or 90% of the time. So if you find the right pattern on one of the investments, hey, that could be beautiful, right? Now, Dogecoin is not that investment. I'll just tell you right up front, Doge is not that 80 to 90% time. 90% of the time, it's going to conform to its technicals. It's just not. It never has been. For some reason, I think part of it is the Elon Musk factor. Whether or not you like him or not, he is a space extraordinaire, a great businessman. Anyone who builds a car that goes 0 to 60 in like 2.2 seconds or whatever it is, I'm a fan, guys. Very, very nice. And we've been around Dogecoin for a while, from 0.007 to 70 plus cents. So that's a 100x. As you look at that, a 100x, what does that mean? Well, that's you. That's essentially you multiplying your money by 100 times. Okay, so from 0.007 to 70 cents, over 70 cents. That's a 100x. That would be taking $100 and turning $100 into $10,000. Okay, so it would be 100 times 10 would be 1,000 times another 10, which would be 100x, would be $10,000. So every $100 you put into Doge would have made $10,000. That's a little interesting for people as you look at, well, why do people invest? Why do people care about these pricing targets? Why do they care? Why is there so much attention in terms of getting a lower price, et cetera? It's a good challenge, guys. As you look at things, the 100X Club is a good club. Your dad, Sebastian, has been around Bitcoin since before or in around 2011, right? From 2011, Bitcoin's been a lot more than a 100X. I'll tell you that. We can do the exact numbers on it. But yeah, Angel, you've been around through some great times and experienced a lot more than 100X on a few coins. That's very exciting. As we look at this hit, guys, beautiful demonstration of what? Beautiful demonstration of the golden pocket. All right, what's this golden pocket? You see it kind of highlighted in yellow there? Beautiful, huh? Beautiful demonstration of the golden pocket. A lot of people were prepared for that golden pocket, and as a fallback for this triangulation right here, a lot of people, as a contingency, would set a stop loss at the bottom of this. Bam, their orders are out. Essentially, they've sold. They've stopped any loss right there at the green line on the bottom. Okay, and what they have already most likely set up, the top traders will already have set up in line with this pricing tool. And guys, you set it up from the time that you're at the top here. Immediately whenever you reach kind of the maximum, okay, a peak or a pivot, as soon as you start to go back down, okay, as soon as you start to give up a bit, you start to retrace essentially what you've created, what you've built, you're retracing that now, you're going down. That's when you deploy your pricing targets. Bam, it takes you about 2 seconds, and you're right in line with that 65th percentile, guys. That 65th percentile, that's just called the golden pocket. That's a key ratio. It's just, it's 65% for whatever reason in the industry. It's very well, what would we say? Very well respected, I would say. Resilience check. Nice break off. There we go. No kidding. Andrew, I'd be surprised if you're not involved in this right now. What we have in terms of the this move here, it's a small move, but it's very indicative of the golden pocket. People will trade this, and it's not that it's a huge money move. It's not that it's, people are going to try and make that 100x right now. No, a lot of this is going to be determinative of people want to get in, and they're trying to master back and forth, continually trading back and forth, hitting these levels back and forth. It's a very competitive game. And you guys, it's exciting because the level of competition is stout. It's a nice level of competition in the field. And when you recognize that, it really makes this group seem a whole lot more impressive, guys. You guys are tearing it up on the daily basis, and yeah, it's nice that we appreciate the levels of support, Andrew, that you're able to give to us and Angel. Just to know that you guys have done well in this environment, because you have thousands and tens of thousands of people who are literally trading Dogecoin and trading Bitcoin, and you guys are booking positive trades. That's a big deal. That you're continually booking positive trades. That's a big deal, guys. That's just not. I don't take that lightly. When I talk all the time and try and inspire and motivate and say, guys, we need to book positive trades. I want us to go book positive trades. Sometimes I'm real nice. Other times, guys, it's a little bit much like, well, General Patton was just here and it's a little bit little tough. Sometimes we need to be tough, right? Sometimes we need to, have a little bit of thick skin and realize, if we're walking into kind of like a competitive environment or something is about to get real tight in the market, you guys know, I'll kind of send out the fire alarm and say, hey guys, it's on, it's time. We got to get busy. And I have that mode to me. You guys do too. But the fact that you are producing, that you're booking positive trades, I'll tell you guys, it is indicative of the fact that you can get up and go, okay, at the market, that you can throw at it, and not everybody can. There are split-second decisions that need to be made continually, okay, in terms of, and it doesn't have to be like a Wall Street move. You see just, people cranking and yelling and doing and pushing and go. It doesn't have to be like that all the time. There can be a smooth kind of flow to it. You can get into it and there's kind of a relaxed flow to it. You can understand, I'm going to wait. Sometimes and I tell you, we started off, this is funny. We started off the entirety of this is humorous, huh? And Sebastian, if you were listening to the beginning, Angel and Andrew, what did I start off saying? We are so ready for you to break down. You guys remember me saying that in the very beginning? It's kind of humorous, isn't it? Because what did we do? Well, we got into this. We were expecting it to break up, and then what happened? Well, I guess, London got his wish, huh? Just bam. So we'll take a look at Bitcoin, back at Bitcoin, which is the market leader. And I bring up a little bit of the psychology to you, a little bit of the mindset. Excuse me. It's kind of like if you were going to play basketball. You would kind of want to know what's the team like, right? If you were going to play football, it's kind of like, what are these guys? Do I want to play football with these guys or not? Am I going to be on the same team as these guys or not? You need to know we're serious enough. We have a good time, but I say we're serious enough that we do kind of expect results. We get results. Absolutely. It's it's a competitive team, and just to know the market will eat your lunch. Okay, and it'll take your dinner too. And I don't mean that literally. I mean, you always protect yourself in terms of overall exposure, but in terms of how the market can treat you as you try to trade. Now, it's different than picking a good investment. Excuse me. Than picking a good investment. You decide, well, I'm going to pick an investment. I think over the period of time of 2 to 3 years, it's a good company. It's going to do well. I'm excited about it. No problem. That's night and day different than getting involved and saying, I want to day trade. I'm going to get involved. We're going to day trade, and we're going to beat the market. When you get into the fine-tooth comb, you get into this, and not everyone does. I'm going to tell you that. We have a great group. We're looking at Bitcoin right now, which is currently $31,592. Okay, $92, 31,000. It's as we look at this, just to understand the magnitude of the whole story of Bitcoin. I did start the day, guys. We were up at 64,863.10, guys. That's the all-time high. You know that 64,800 and 64,863.10. That is the all-time high. 64,000, a little bit over that. So almost 5,000. So we have retraced, as I talk about that 50% discount rate on the other chart, on the other, on Dogecoin. We're at that 50% mark here for Bitcoin. So when I talk about it getting even lower, that's really traumatic for people. Okay, it's traumatic for people who have held on to it. Okay, we don't have any awards here for we're not trying to come up with a great new way of preserving, our team approach. Let me tell you this. Our team approach, if we were to have one, is not let's just hold on for dear life and just hope it goes up. No, when reality, sets in, and again, we looked at charting, formation, and patterns, this is a wedge. We call it constriction, and just listen to this. A rising wedge is going to break down. Okay, that's all we need to know. Proof positive right here. $1 trillion market cap, $1 trillion investment here. That's what everything that's invested, all the money together that's invested Okay, at the time of the peak of Bitcoin was over $1 trillion. It was a phenomenal event. You guys know that. Well over $1 trillion. So when we saw a rising wedge, and we're going to define that by multiple hits along this line of resistance, okay, because it can't get above it, okay? So the price is essentially encountering a line of resistance. It can't get above it. Again, line of resistance, it can't get above it. Then it's going to be defined also by the line of support that it hits here. Boom, line of support. Boom, line of support, okay? Multiple contacts, okay? Essentially, can you connect the lines? Yeah, it's not too complicated. When you connect the lines, okay, the lines of resistance, lines of support, it's going to designate pre-established patterns that are recognized in the industry, okay? They're recognized in the industry. So this rising wedge, we got a back-to-back rising wedge here. Each of those is pre-designated to break down. Now, we just saw an instance in Dogecoin where the pattern can be beat. Now, this is opposed to, let's say we're seeing a rising wedge here. It kind of looks like what we covered just a moment ago. It kind of looks like, I'd say, a symmetrical triangle, right? It does. It kind of has that same form, except a symmetrical triangle is going to be essentially equally distributed amongst kind of they're pre-conformed to our notion of and understanding. There are books and materials to learn exactly the level of ascension and the level of essentially this descending line of resistance, along with the level of ascension or this rising line of support, right? And that's going to have a different indication in terms of what is it going to do, right? What is the price going to do? That's what we care about, right? It's not that, well, this is a new. We want to describe pricing in some complicated way. No, but if there's a method that we can use to predict where the price is going to go once we establish, okay, a rising wedge, and there is, okay, if there's a way to say, okay, there's 1, 2, 3 hits along a line of resistance, then we have 1, 2, 3 hits. That's going to designate a line of support. And yeah, that's going to give us a rising wedge. And a rising wedge, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 times out of 10, guys, it's going to break down. The price is going to drop 7 or 8 times out of 10. Nice. So that's going to give us a level of predictability. And sure enough, that was, that second one was kind of the death knell in terms of the pricing of Bitcoin. It was nice because we got some movement, okay? And we're not the group. As I tell people, like, we day trade. That's what we do, like day traders for Bitcoin. I understand people like, ooh, well, Bitcoin is gone. Like it hasn't gone anywhere with us, right? We haven't carried it, in our pockets while it has gone down completely. That's not the idea of the group. That's not, we don't get awards for holding. It's not like the hopes and dreams of the collective few or the many are going to change the price. That's not where we're at. We don't ascribe to that. We make rational decisions. If the price is going down, we don't want to hold through it, guys. We don't. So currently, we're in a different formation here, okay? And I will just explain this real quickly. If we will go to kind of a simplistic method here, I'll introduce you. Now, we have covered the symmetrical triangle. You know that, Sebastian. We've covered the symmetrical triangle over on Dogecoin, okay? And we'll go back to that. Let's hit back over there and see how it's doing real quickly. Let's see where we're at on the symmetrical triangle and Dogecoin. Let's get into we're on about the 3 minute. Let's see how tightly of a time frame or how tight of a time frame we were on. Okay, we have this here. There we go. And we're kicking back up from that golden pocket. Not bad. Yeah, we have this symmetrical triangle, essentially. We are going to be looking at, let's see, a decent amount of price action to the upside. We're going to always define the lines, okay? We're always going to define the lines, the trend line. We're going to want to determine whether or not and to what extent, and again, what were we just talking about on the other one? Sebastian and company, Andrew, everyone else, we were just talking about a rising wedge, right? Yeah. Now, you saw right when I pulled that up there, what did it do? It tried to kick out above it, didn't it? It sure did. So it's probably a little early to identify a rising wedge or something like that. We would want more hits. On the other one, we counted 1, 2, 3 along the top and 1, 2, 3 or so along the bottom. But as we watch this develop, we're going to be able to essentially, I would use this portion right here of the lower line to give us some indication that, yes, we're on the 3 minute time frame just currently as we watch the patterns play out just a bit. And guys, pattern recognition is one of the key features to your profitability. The better you are at pattern recognition, the more profitable I believe you will be. Okay, and particularly when you know that the kind of the phase of evolution as things will go from one pattern to the next, okay? You will see, we're at the hinge moment right here. I say where we're trying to get some positivity. We just ran into the golden pocket, the 65th percentile, okay? We've retraced from that original hit. If we go to the candlesticks, it doesn't have to be maybe as confusing. We can clear some things up. We might also confound a little bit, okay, in terms of, well, now it looks like we might, and those are just orders going through, guys. When you see that flash, those are literal just orders, people buying, and I'd say that's indicative of a specific. I'd say someone has some inventory to unload at that level, guys. If they're just cranking through like that, I would pay attention to that. Someone is unloading. They may be stacking back up to unload at a different price, but when you see that type of flashing, guys, someone is kicking through some specified orders, okay? So we can gauge the supply and the demand. We can look at the potential breakout here. That's nice to see. We love the price to break out. If we do come back into contact with this, this is going to act, I'm going to say this, meaning that prior level of support that can now act potentially as a resistance, okay? That's going to be very key. This would be the previous level of support, that which was holding the price up, right? That which was holding the price up is now potentially going to serve as a line of resistance, okay? So we would expect that almost in anything. If you break through a line of support or resistance, if you guys hear my pups in the background, we have some company in the back. I think they're relaxing. So we have kept the loud dog in the house for now. So if he is a bother or a nuisance, I'm sorry, we will have to deal with him again. So that's about a normal thing. You guys, if you have dogs, shoot me pictures of the pups. We do like pups, and we hope that I don't know. We hope that I hope your dogs are being quieter than mine on the continual. They're just we're housing a baby Chihuahua right now whose mom is still having surgery. Apparently, I haven't gotten the full story, except it's a nice Chihuahua, and I don't know. I'm not a Chihuahua kind of guy. I'm more of like a Doberman. 4 Dobermans released the hounds, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of more in line with me. So as we get back into focusing on the entirety of this move, okay, again, probably a little early to define this rising wedge. It wouldn't surprise me, though, if we did define it and Doge, again, just to put it in context, and Doge decided to break it. Okay, if Doge, it's known for not behaving very well in terms of technically. Now, you'll learn ways around that. Okay, you won't stick to patterns as much. You might fall back on, let's say you might just focus on, I'm just going to focus on my Fibonacci's, right? We do have it, and that would be your pricing targets. We just call them Fibs, Fibonacci. So what we would look at is the notion here, and we're getting to definitely look at this because we had, an unfortunate kind of break, a fake out. We would call that a fake out. We would expect this to move to the upside, right? It didn't. It broke down to the golden pocket. There may have been orders there. As you look at something, you say, well, Doge just isn't performing well. Look at that. There's probably quite a few people with orders here, and I know a lot of them in this room. You guys literally probably have stacked orders for Dogecoin down below. So there may be kind of a draw towards, it may look a little traumatic, but you guys are probably not playing this as heavily as you were playing this down here. So there's probably more money waiting already, and you guys, as you look at that, the retracement, you're already stacked up at the golden pocket. I know you are. Throughout the day, you're continually shooting your pricing targets, and you guys are just loaded up all the time. So it's nice to see. I do want to just continue to watch this and see whether or not in the program we're using. If you guys don't know, the program is called TradingView, TradingView. TradingView. That is what you guys can look at. You'll see it just it pounded through here, and it just got kind of rejected, and it has decided to retrace back down. We'll get rid of this designation of the rising wedge, and we'll continue just to watch this. It's a nice hit on the golden pocket. You guys, as the price is fluctuating like this, you are taking profits continually during that. You guys are working from your entry spot. Okay, you'll set up an order to buy, then you'll take profits as you see the price, the volatility of the price. A lot of people are engaged in, it's hitting different prices because orders are executing at those levels. When you see it drop, an order is executing. Someone is buying or someone is selling at that price, okay? So, yeah, it may look a little bit chaotic, may look a little bit like, we just, I don't know. I don't want to seem insensitive at all in terms of the breakdown of the price, but I do want to let you guys know it's broken down to that level because there are orders there. And I know the people with orders there. So you guys are part of that group with the orders there. So Yeah, absolutely. And every time, just to explain the pricing action, Sebastian is watching. It's nice to have him, and we do appreciate again the support of Andrew. I know you just killed it the other day in terms of your trades. I'm really impressed. I have to say that I'm really impressed, Andrew. I just am. Angel, I'm very impressed as well with your level of success in crypto, et cetera. And it's just it's really great to have you guys. I really appreciate your ongoing support of the community, et cetera, because we gotta keep this crew fired up. We do. Right? I mean, there's not an option. We're going to make it through this retracement, and we're going to be the ones that keep our eye on the prize. And the ones that keep their eye on the prize are going to be the guys who walk away with the next 100x, 1000x, 2000x, 5, 10,000x. We're gonna keep our eye on the prize. All right, that's just what we're going to do. Watch us keep our eye on the prize, and watch us try and focus on the next guys to get the 100x, okay, the 1000x. All right, that's the prize, right? Because it's not just $100 into 10,000. Well, that's 100x. That's good. Yeah. How about 1,000x? Yeah, that's good. I think that sounds good too, huh? Yeah, that'll definitely work. That'd be $100 into $100,000. Okay, so those exist in the marketplace. They do, and the ones who stay focused have a much higher probability of encountering those. And some of the people in our VIP group have had such instances in terms of such returns. So that's not unheard of. It's not misinformation at all. It's the people who keep their nose to the grindstone and focus on this market. And there's no reason in the world why we would want to be distracted. Okay, there's just no, I mean, in terms of the overall, like we want to go somewhere else and shop out a fun hype coin or something else. No, we're very diligent in terms of our focus on this group. And that's the only thing we do I try and make sure of is that, people don't complain or disrupt the group, that we're all respectful of each other, but also that we do our own work and we bring our own kind of skin to the game. That's just in terms of the sweat equity that we put into things. Yeah, that's real important for us to realize. That's one of the primary indicators that that we're in operations, right? Is that it is our work. This is our game that we in terms of I say our game, quote unquote, but we're bringing our own. The basketball team will lose. They just didn't bring their game tonight. I don't know what happened to them, right? So right, yeah, we bring our game all the time, and it's ours. It does not belong to anyone else. We're not repeating facts or circumstances or figures from another show or another. None of that. Just so you know, none of that. All the results here, all the information is plugged in from yours truly, directly from you guys as well. That's what makes this team work. That's what I like about this group. And we just don't. If people bring in information from other groups, I just kick them out of the group. You guys know that, and I'm very quick to do that. I don't mean to seem insensitive, but I definitely I definitely respect. Hey, we got Sebastian Matos in the VIP. That is so cool. That is so cool. What is up with that, huh? You guys excited, huh? Now, Andrew, we got to get your family too, Andrew. We're going to have to get your, you know that, right, Andrew? Your wife's going to have to join, huh? All right, now we got the family dynamic in the house. I'm so excited. Sebastian, I just got notification that you have joined VIP. That is so exciting to me. As you're watching, like, Sebastian's going to learn to trade. He's going to learn to trade like Angel. This is exciting now, huh? Very, very nice. Very, very nice. A little bit of music intro, very, very impressive. We do have another VIP member. You guys shout out in the chat room. We got Sebastian Matos, and now it has turned into a routine, a family affair. You'll see his dad is on top, Angel Matos at 8.25 thousand, top supporter, and real strong producer in terms of the crypto market, and an excellent businessman. A lot of you are great businessmen in addition to your investments. Many of you trade full time. A lot of you have everything from white collar to blue collar, but you guys know that we do like that family dynamic. We certainly do. It's important for us. And Angel in the top right. What is up? Sebastian, you are going to have a blast. I need to walk you through. No, hold on. We get to do this. I think we get to do this. Hold on. Let me see if I can actually do this. Let's see. New VIPs go to Twitter. I want to see if this works. It does. Hey, new VIPs go to Twitter. That would be you, Sebastian. It's going to be real nice to welcome you. Let's get back to the charts real quickly. and just really nice. And I'm also going to just demonstrate. We have the $1 million challenge. We're going to bring that up for Sebastian. X marks the spot. The spot is on Sebastian. Okay, so Sebastian, congratulations for the Crypto Kingdom. You have a $1 million challenge, and we're going to bring that up to you because as you enter and walk into the kind of the back door here, and we'll cover Doge and Bitcoin. We got $1 million player here. We want to talk to Sebastian. He is capable of doing this challenge. Go to the link. Okay, we're going to say THEKINGDOM is going to be on Twitter. It's in the description, and you're going to scroll down and say, go to the kingdom. Click on that. And what you're going to do, Sebastian, is you're going to reply to the first pinned tweet right here. Reply to that first pinned tweet and say, hey, this is Sebastian. I'm VIP. And I want to let you know, my name is London with the Crypto Kingdom, right? And it's THEKINGDOM. You're in an exclusive club, Sebastian. We have that $1 million challenge. It's going to be fun for you. Former financial analyst, that's me. I was over a $1 billion equity fund, okay? Former U.S. presidential advisor, former private hedge fund, non-SEC, just private. And I have Bitcoin right here. So, and Sebastian on here, you will also see trade, okay? You'll see trade. It'll say gate. You can click on gate, and that will enable you to establish an account. That'll be a lot of fun. Tread lightly in the beginning, get to know that exchange. Then you'll see here, not financial advice. You guys will see that, not financial advice. So, yeah, we're not brokers talking about securities, anything like that. But, guys, we are talking about brand new VIP member in the house. Very, very nice to welcome Sebastian. And I will go ahead. Let me go ahead and just copy this. Now I will paste this into the chat room. I'm so excited. Something just told me we should go ahead and do this today, huh? Isn't that interesting? I was like, why don't we just go ahead and do this early today? And maybe that's a little bit of serendipity in terms of, I'll pin that tweet. That's the Twitter link right there for you, Sebastian. But yeah, someone, I don't know, in terms of someone joining VIP, it's just crucial. I mean, we have a great group. I think we have, by far the best group. We're the only group, I'm going to say this, the only group that had discussions, this and that, part of formal training of me training individual alpha members, etc., wherein we were calling the top of Dogecoin, wherein I was literally calling like the top of Bitcoin. We're the only group, guys. There weren't other groups that were talking about maintaining heavy cash reserves on the lower levels. No one was talking about that, guys. And we're talking about no one during the entirety of this move. Now we're looking at the macro on Dogecoin. This was a 100x this year. Very nice. Okay, $100 became $10,000. Okay, people that are now getting involved more so from the VIP are the ones that have been around for a while and, around the top while we were trading. And, Sebastian, each of these little green dots, those are pricing targets. Those are either pickups or drop-offs in terms of picking up Dogecoin or dropping off for profit. So, nice to see you, Mr. Mars, in the house. We're going through a new VIP kind of lesson with Sebastian Matos, the son of angels. So very nice to have Sebastian in the house. We're so excited. Every time we get a new VIP, we're just really excited. Around the top, okay, and before the top, this was where we formed a base camp. That's just to let people know, it's base camp. We're going to go up. We're always trying to stay ahead of the curve here. You guys know that. We formed a base camp here within, I say, a day or two before we started, offering people the opportunity. Do you want to join base camp? Like the Himalayas, right? Like Nepal. Yeah, that base camp is a level, before you get to Everest, right? So the mountain, that rise in price. We formed base camp here. We went up. We hit our targets, okay, literally live, we hit the target, meaning it's a cut loose point. As it came down here, we hit another target. We hit another target. We're constantly hitting targets, guys. So we're the only group that has been talking also, in addition to hitting those targets, talking about, and with holders, etc., like expressing the fact we need heavy cash reserves, backing up cash, heavy cash reserves, not ever being overexposed at a higher price. Many people are just going to decide to hold through all of this, right? Because this became very difficult for people. They saw $100,000 turn into $35,000, guys. That's a big deal. There are influencers, just so you guys know, there are influencers who have disappeared, okay, who were selling in and around this top spot and really encouraging people to buy. You guys know we were hitting targets back and forth, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. And while we were doing that, we were also encouraging people, and it wasn't financial advice, but it made sense to a lot of the VIP members, et cetera. You guys have this approach is you maintain heavy cash reserves. You're never overexposed at a higher price, right? So I think that was very, very nice. And it did make it easy. I'm going to tell you guys, it made it easy because as you guys will remember, this original move up here, this bull pennant was very strong, okay? Very strong movement. We'll get into more of the chart formations, etc. But this slow and methodical move, to the upside here made it really easy to be a part of that, guys. It was just, it just became a textbook kind of, the next hill, let's go up the next hill. And that's when I was like, yeah, we're definitely building into another kind of a wave pattern formation. So that was just, it was well done. It was easy. Now we have, look at the trajectory, Since then, there are two things I kind of want to talk about. That Dogecoin has a habit. It has a habit of producing a 10x. That move we just analyzed was from 7 cents to 70 cents, okay? So prior pricing behavior on the screen is no indication necessarily of future pricing events. However, technical analysis specializes in that. And there are books that you guys want to, if anyone wants to go ahead and can you list in the chat potentially the book that Sebastian, the new VIP, can go ahead, Angel Son, that he can read. That would be great. That he can order. That John J. Murphy book would be great. If someone wants to just type that in real quickly to the chat, that would be excellent. Very much appreciated. So I can focus on the chart. So as we look at this, the idea is, if you wanted to sum up, though, when I was talking about, let me finish that thought, with the prior pricing behavior, this 10x from 7 cents to 70 cents, okay, and as we would look at, well, does the previous behavior mean, the pricing behavior, however the price essentially, and that's indicative of the psychology of the market. What's the supply and the demand, right? It's real easy. What's the, how much do people want this? Is there enough money going into it where the price is even going to rise? If there's no demand, guys, the price is not going to go up, okay? If there's no demand, essentially it's going to drop, guys. The less demand, the more the price, unless it's just at absolute zero or artificially pegged, we're going to look at it going down. So as we look at this is a lot of profits being taken, okay, or a decrease in the demand kind of schedule. As we look at this, we wouldn't say necessarily that we're guaranteed to produce another 10x. At some point, though, we would expect it because it would just be a recreation of an event that's already happened. I would say at some point it may even be built into the psychology of the market and thus functioning in Dogecoin. And it's a tight-knit community. You guys know that. We have opened the doors in the back room, just so you guys know, to an exclusive VIP Dogecoin kind of only crew. So, Sebastian, you let me know if you want to be in the Doge, kind of the Doge lounge in the back there with the Twitter and the DMs, et cetera, if you want the Doge room, or if you want the day trading room, or if you want the general exclusive chat. DM restricted zone chat. They'll all give you access to the same information, but you let me know if you want one or two, or if you want all of them, we can set you up with all of them. But we do have that Doge community in the back. It's just a restricted VIP zone. We had over 100 VIP members the first month, so that was really exciting. And they're just doing well. It's the group that knows how to trade, likes to trade, or they maybe want to get into pricing targets. That's one thing. As they look at, maybe it would present an idea or an opportunity, let's say, to achieve another 100x or another 10x at some point. Well, we would want to schedule in our purchases. And guys, if you want to talk about scheduled in purchases, you see these green arrows, okay? And I don't think they're really visible on the screen necessarily, the exactitudes of the pricing, et cetera. But yeah, we're very much into acquiring Dogecoin along the way down. I saw someone with a video, I try and not stay too in touch with the headlines of anyone else, but someone said, could it possibly go to 5 cents? I'm like, I got to tell you, we're ready for it to go all the way down sub 0.013564425. Okay, so that's sub, and I'm not going to say it is, but if we can pick it up at 0.0135, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go ahead and pick some up at 0.0135. I just am. I'm going to tell you, I've already scheduled that up if I can. If I can get it there, I'm going to pick it up. Now, the notion that, well, that's just unpopular to say that. You can't say that. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I was saying that when it was 65 cents. Okay, when it was 70 to 71 to almost 74 cents, I was saying, essentially on retrace, we did the diagnostics in terms of the entirety. We drew Fibonacci on the entire one, all the pricing targets, and it was very unpopular at that time. You guys know, extremely unpopular to talk about the different levels of retracement as being like, I'll talk about them now. Now they seem normal. Everyone's like, well, of course now it seems normal because we're there. When I talked about when I mentioned like a 20 cent price Target. Okay, and we were anywhere near the top. You understand, everyone, you want to talk about an unpopular opinion. Oh, yeah, absolutely unpopular opinion. Everyone's like, why are you discussing 20-cent Dogecoin? Well, because the pricing cycle, because things repeat. Now, we can also I'm discussing that in the context of another potential 10x or another potential, understand it, like another potential, maybe at some point 100x. That would be nice. We would love to get there. Now, to get there, we're probably going to need to start from a lower price. It's just a function of the market. I mean, if we're going to hit another 10x at some point, I think Doge will hit that again. The question is, where will you own Doge? At what price will you own Doge? And as I'm talking about that, I think we have a wild pack of dogs that are heading towards the pool. So please excuse the pups in the background. When I do this during the day, it's just it's a matter of fact. My pups are going to. There's someone we have some stuff going on today in the back, and I just went ahead and decided I'm gonna go ahead and stream anyway because I wanted to get to you guys because we are in kind of a crucial moment here. So just pardon the pups, and that's just part of life right now. So I stream at night sometimes, just everyone's relaxed, etc. So when we talk about lower prices, it's not going to be popular, except for the people who understand the value of a lower price acquisition, right? Value of a lower price acquisition, absolutely. And Angel, you definitely understand that. And Andrew, you definitely understand that. That's a huge point as we look at that. And it's just it's crucial. The difference between 2 cents and 1 cent, what's the difference? 100%. The difference between 2 cents and 1 cent is 100%. Okay? The difference between 10 cents and 20 cents is what? Which one do you want? Do you want to own something at 10 cents or do you want to own it at 20 cents? You want to own it at 10 cents, right? Absolutely. So the difference there is 100%. Okay, so as you look at your acquisition, it would be the same as if you were up top, and it takes a mature mind to accept this. If you're at 75 cents or $75, to say, okay, would you rather own it? Given the price, the price is there, would you rather own it at 75 cents, $75, or would you rather own it at, let's say, at 10 cents or $10? Every day of the week, you're going to say, well, if the market is at 75 cents or $75, I'd rather own it at 10 cents or $10. That's profit, right? That's the mindset of someone who's willing to profit. And I'll just, anyone who's new to VIP, just understand we're not the standard group. We are not this. We are highly calculated. If you look at this on the screen, this is high levels of calculation, deep levels of value attribution here. This is not standard, guys. This is not just normalized. It is for us because we understand value in a different way. And what we have been saying has been coming true. It has been coming to force and effect in terms of the opportunities to acquire at lower levels. Absolutely. These opportunities to acquire at lower levels require the right strategy. Otherwise, it's very easy. Let's look at this. Sebastian, Andrew, Angel, you guys, all the VIPs, understand it's very easy. We could have decided up here we're going to go full in. We're going to go full in, and unfortunately, look at that since then. Well, we put all our money in there. Well, it had already dropped, right? Since the top, let's say, we decided to put all our money in it at 43 cents, guys. Okay, that didn't happen, but understand, well, it had already dropped since 75 cents. It dropped to 43, so we decided to put all our money in then. No, we didn't. We talked about having heavy cash reserves. Why? Well, because from that point, guys, from 75 to 45, it's dropped another 60%, right? That's a huge value, right? There's a lot of value to capture there, and we understand that. So even now, with the opportunity, and I have to give a huge shout out to Angel. Angel, I am so impressed. I talked the other day about T-Fuel. And you guys understand this is a great story about Angel. Recognize this, guys. He can play heavy, guys, real heavy, like $500,000, no problem, kind of heavy. Any day of the week, 20% on $500,000. Hey, it's $100,000 day. Beautiful, right? Any day of the week, he can do that. Okay, and he'll tell you that. You guys know that, right? Now, in terms of the other day, though, I mentioned something on T-Fuel, right? Now, the great thing about it was I had mentioned it in the context of, but there's probably some lower levels. There's probably some more value. I'd like to see it go down just a little bit more in terms of the relative strength, et cetera. What did he do? Well, he picked up a little bit of T-Fuel. Now, when he told me that, I was expecting, well, I know, he'll throw around $500,000. He'll crank through some things pretty heavily, right? Yeah. So when he sent me a screenshot, I was so pleased. I was so happy, and it made 100% sense why exactly he's done so well. He got some T-Fuel. He put about 5 G's into T-Fuel. I hope you don't mind me saying that. Angel, that is masterful. That is top notch. That is beautiful. Why is that? Because, guys, he is ready to literally double and triple down at every one of these levels. You talk about, well, $500,000 over exposure, if it's going to go up. No, he's peppered in with about 5K, right? Beautiful strategy. Beautiful strategy. There's a reason he's done so well. He understands, well, we'll start looking at that. If it's going to express something positive, maybe it's a good play here in the next, 3 to 6 months, maybe 3 to 6 weeks, or it could be sometimes 3 to 6 hours, right? But as we look at that, he's not overexposing himself in terms of price. It's like, okay, yeah, I agree. The relative strength index, it's in a position that looks like it could move soon. If it doesn't, it decides to go down more. Well, what are we going to do? We're going to buy more, right? If the price goes down, we buy. If it goes down more, we buy more. If it goes down a whole lot more, well, we buy a whole lot more, right? The price goes up, we sell. If the price goes up more, well, we sell more. And if the price goes up a whole lot more, we sell a whole lot more, right? That's the whole idea if it goes down, we buy. If it goes down a whole lot more, we buy a whole lot more. Goes up, we sell. Goes up a whole lot more, we sell a whole lot more. All right? That volume, that idea of volume, okay, and in terms of maximizing your returns, because everyone's going to say buy low, sell high. All right, that's part of the equation. But what if it goes down a whole lot more? That's when we buy a whole lot more. You have to structure your cash appropriately, or that equation's not even going to work out. You see, you can use that, everyone wants to talk about buy low, sell high. Everyone's going to discuss that. You guys know that. But where does that get you? I'm going to tell you, where does that get you if you're at 75 cents or something, or $75, or, $7,005, whatever it is. If the price does go down, well, it's low. It's lower than it was, right? So everyone's going to think, well, it's time to buy. Well, they can drop, guys. It can drop 40%. And then it can drop 80% from 40%. And then from that point, believe it or not, it can drop another 40%, and then it can drop another 80%. Like it can drop 80% and then drop another 80%. Okay, so in terms of that, we always include, like I like reminding myself, as the price. Let's just use this as an example. The price went down. It's been quite a crash, guys. It's been 40% down. Okay, landed you from about 75 cents to about, what is this? To about 43 to 45 cents. Okay, so that's the original move. You say, okay, well, that's 40% down. I mean, I'm getting a great deal, right? It's 40% off, right? Yeah. Except you can there say, well, I'm buying low to sell high. Well, you can, even from there, you can go down another. I mean, guys, from the 40% down, we're 60% down from on the overall price. We're 60% down from 40% off, 45% off. You see? So yeah, these are going to wind up impressing people who believe that, well, they'll take a position. I know this is, you just don't get overexcited. You always, the VIPs I talk to who have the best results, they understand always heavy cash reserves. Never just believing. And this has just been a huge lesson for people. And it's one thing to say it all the time, like heavy cash reserves, never being overexposed at a higher price. But you just understand now, it's like, oh, well, we need that cash to buy at these different levels. Right? These different levels that are laid out here. And I'm talking about like heavy acquisitions, ability to double and triple down at all these levels. And now you're starting to get like a real notion in terms of my mindset and the creation of like deep value. Like this is how it looks, guys. This is how it looks. And believe it or not, when you scale in like this, and I hope you guys can see that well enough on the screen, all of these levels you would double or triple down into, you would potentially triple down at every single level. Do you guys realize what that means in terms of your current exposure? Yeah, that means if you do the mathematics correctly, guys, that means you are definitely prepared for lower levels. That means you are lightly involved right now. You understand that? Now, the guys who do this, I'm going to tell you, the guys who do this, A, they're always going to have backup capital. Okay. B, if and when this decides to skyrocket back up from any one of these levels, guys, they're still going to have the backup capital. And I'll tell you, they will have maximized the lowest cost basis, the cost per coin or the cost per equity, cost per share, or whatever you're dealing with, okay, in terms of stock or whatever it may be. Okay, they're going to have maximized this equation in terms of cost basis hugely above anybody else. So definitely focus on that, guys. As you look at this, it's a huge part of the equation, and I want you guys to be able to focus on that. Okay, so it's just that's enormously important as you understand. Even doubling and tripling down at all these, you guys have this chart. No one else, no one, guys, no one in any space is going to go through this level of diagnostic and explain this to you. Pardon the background noise. I don't even care about it right now. This is so very important. In terms of ability to acquire at the lower levels, you're going to be shocked if and when I decide to ever do this with you guys and on this lower level here where you can't get any lower, pull up another lower level, and guys, you got it. Pull up another lower level. And go, here we go, where are we at? Core value, deep value, and there's another level? Are you kidding me? There's another level? Another 10 levels below this level? I mean, come on. Because at that point, I really have to point out, that may seem a little much, because then you're at 0.0001. and 0.00012 and 0.0002. You're at 0.00069. I say 0.007. Come on. That's where we started, right? Yeah, it is. So we are going to stay. We're going to stay plugged into that, and really, literally structure cash that way. Now. Well, that's where we came from, right? This whole journey started this year right here for me and my friends, 0.007. So if it started there in the market this year within the last several months, why would I not figure into that? Why would that be off the map? I'm just curious. If I found a place somewhere in a time, and I've been on travels around the world or something else, and I had found, it's something I really liked that made a lot of money that buddies of mine, everybody else, we're starting, hot talking this thing, and it's, what's the price? 0.007. Let's pull the trigger. Let's go ahead and do it. And that thing went up 100 times. I bet I'd go around and recreate a framework to where I could get back in at this point. Okay? Now, will it repeat? I'm not going to say that it will. But if it does, I'm never going to be caught without the cash available to deploy at that level. I'm never going to be caught in a position between here and there, guys. A lot of things can happen. We all know that, okay? We know that. But the same way that I've been talking about structuring cash at the lower levels, maintaining deep cash reserves the entire time, not just through Dogecoin, Harmony One crew, you guys know that during the entirety of that. Harmony One, people I've dealt with in Alpha Session. And you may say, well, this is just boring. We want to trade at least. We want to have fun. Guys, no group out there has more fun than we have trading. I promise you that. You're hitting more 2Xs, 3Xs, 5Xs, or 10Xs than anybody out there. If you want action, you could barely maybe go to Vegas or a horse track and have more action. Maybe. Guys, you are killing it. In the side rooms and the back rooms, you're having a blast. You guys know that, right? Absolutely. So that's not the equation here. We're talking about serious kind of investment, I'd say an investment approach that you guys, you bring to me a lot of the times, right? So I try and reinforce that in the framework. It's kind of the VIP, MO. I just don't want anyone ever to say, well, we thought that was it, and we got in heavily at 18 cents. We spent all the cash at 18. I'm stuck at 18. Can you imagine what I would feel like if someone stuck at 18 on Dogecoin and we're at 8 or 7? Or if we're, I got stuck at 8 or 7. I owned it at 7 cents. Ooh, you own it at 7. Well, that was awful because I remember at 8 or 7, cents. I remember I was talking to Sebastian. He was on there, and I was talking with Sebastian. This is very interesting because everyone else has an idea, has a mindset. Sebastian has just joined a restricted VIP zone. He's not been into crypto. I've told him that Dogecoin started at 0.07 this year. Immediately, he's thinking 0.07 is a good price for it. All of the rest of you who and people have filtered in and out of the group and the chat, and they've gone off to other rooms to try and figure out some, other. I'd say they've gone off to other stations to hear about how great it's going to do in the next 24 hours. And listen to this. Sebastian's new VIP. He's kind of new to crypto. I tell him, well, it started this year. It's at 007. Below that, really. But, most people got involved in and around. My friends and I, we were, started talking about, hey, it's 007. Okay, we'll get into it. Right? That sounds good. Well, let's go ahead and do that. The actual price may have varied, et cetera. Maybe a little lower, maybe a little higher. Right? Now, with that said, he's willing to accept that completely. Yeah? He's structured out differently. Now, in between here and there, Sebastian, we would, the VIPs would schedule in their investments. Right? He's going to do phenomenally well. It's nice, huh, Angel? You think about this, and Andrew, think about the first lesson that he's getting on this. Everyone else, you see the numbers just going boom, boom, boom. All the little people watching everything else, they're leaving. Angel's like, this is why he's going to do good. He's going to do well. Now, if the trend reverses, you have the option of becoming more involved at a heavier level. Then all of your cash is permanently stacked below and never touching or even being involved. Of course, you want to experience profit. That's going to be your decision. But as we have gone through this, just understand that we're constantly maximizing our position and our cost basis to be able to experience, yes, these moves to the upside amidst the retracement. But now it's just, I love the fact that Sebastian has joined. He has learned that Dogecoin, currently at 17 cents, up with a high of 75 cents, it started at 0.007. I'm working into a schedule of it returning to 0.007. Now, it doesn't have to, Sebastian. It doesn't have to at all, but it can. And if you invest your amount of say, I'm going to put in $20,000. I'm ready to do this. I think it's going to go up. That's the most fatal thing you can do. I think it's going to go up. I'm going to put $20,000 into it now. Oh, and that's all the money you have. Well, what are you going to do if and when it decides to retrace another, let's say 40%? I just want to know. Well, then it's going to be like 9 cents, 10 cents. 40%, you lost, wow, let's say you put 10 grand in. You lost 40%. Well, now you're down to 6 grand and you don't have additional cash to deploy. VIPs always maintain additional cash reserves and are ready to triple down at lower levels. Double or triple down. You got to be able to double or triple down. You have to be able to cover your upside exposure. If you own it at, let's say, 20 cents, well, it dropped to 10 cents. Oh, man, what are you going to do? I had 10 grand in it. Imagine I had 10 grand at 20 cents. Man, what are you going to do? Well, instead of 10 grand, I know it's hitting 10 cents. I'm going to throw 50 grand into it. Whoa, that's nice, huh? Okay, that's nice. That's the VIP approach I hear. Like, you put in 10 grand, it's at 10 cents now instead of 20 cents. You covered yourself, and now you're not overexposed at all. Now you have a good cost basis, right? Now the trick is you need to be able to cover yourself as this thing marches down. You may have different incremental levels you do that at. But as you do that, you lower it's your cost per coin, cost per share, cost per whatever you're dealing with in terms of inventory, right? You're achieving, you want to achieve the lower cost basis, the cost per coin, the cost per share. That's what you want. You want to own it more inexpensively, all right? If you own it more inexpensively, you can maximize your profit. Again, what's the difference between 10 cents and 20 cents? 100%. You're paying 100% more? Good gosh. You want to pay 100% more? No way. You guys get it, right? The difference between a penny and 2 pennies is what, 100%? You want to pay 100% more? It doesn't, yes, it's interesting, isn't it? It is interesting. As you look at a 50% retracement, understand from a 50% discount on the price of something, just understand if you were to buy something at a 50% discount from, let's say, 72 cents, you're going to be looking at, let's say, in and around 36 cents, right? Now, the difference between, that's a 50% drop in price. But also, if you decided just to invest all your money up top as opposed to down here, let's say at the 72 to 74 cents, instead of at the 36 cents, understand, you own it at twice the amount. What's the difference? It's 50% down. It's 100% more. You understand that? That's essentially how, depending upon how you look at it, that's either a 50% or 100% level of inefficiency. You have to double the price, okay, to achieve a pricing efficiency, okay? To break even, you have to double it. You have to get a 100% return on it, okay? That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. So we're never overexposed at a higher price. And now that this now that we're deeply into a retracement, and I'll say this, guys, we're looking decent on some levels, on some RSIs, et cetera, some different indicators. You guys know that we're looking decent on some levels. Okay, we're still not quite there. We're still not quite where I would like to be in terms of the indicator for like Dogecoin or Bitcoin. We're still above like 30 on the RSI. That's kind of the magic number, the relative strength index. Okay, we're still above, and I've got that on the top line there. That's the relative strength index. You guys know what that is. That last time that got below 30, that's kind of the indication that we're probably oversold, right? If it's over 70, we're overbought. Okay, if we're oversold, we would expect the price to go up. Last time it went below 30, we went up. What was the trade, guys? It was a nice trade. It was an indication that the price was going to go up when that dropped. And guys, that was like a 40%, at least a 40% trade. It was nice. That was a nice profit. You guys did really well on that trade. And so as I talk about just stacking the cash below and below and below, it's just a deep value, as we talk about potentially going down. If we can go down, if we can acquire more at a lower price, that's the name of the game for profit, guys. It's like, waving your hands, screaming like, hello, hello. We need to acquire this at a lower price. It has to be a lower price for us to achieve a profit, okay? Because I can't have the nice discussion enough times up at the top about you have to maintain cash reserves. The people who are doing well, and I give you what the people who are doing well, their approach. They have heavy cash reserves ready to deploy at each and every lower level. Bam, 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 bam. All these lower levels. You see these little highlighted lower levels? Yeah, each level, double or triple down at every single level. That's heavily stacking your cash below. That's what people who do well, that's what they focus on, even at the top. They don't ride this down. And it's not me just saying this now. We've been saying it since here, guys. So if you are currently in a position, you don't feel like you have much say in it because you don't have backup cash. Let's talk about that. Some people might not have backup cash right now. Maybe they're kind of stuck in a position and they kind of need it to go. They need it to go in the right direction, right? Well, you're investing, right? I mean, you've decided to invest money. You can either look at, you guys handle your own finances. You understand that. It's not financial advice, but at some point you're going to want to make sure you have some cash to buy at a lower price, or else it's not going to be much fun for you, especially if we break through to a lower price. That's not going to be very much fun. If you can't take advantage of a lower price, I mean, there's no good in that, guys. You definitely need to be able to take advantage of a lower price. It's just not very popular for me to say that. People will come in and they'll hit the down arrow. If you guys haven't been here since the beginning, hit the thumb up so I can count how many people have joined since we started. I can go through some specific price targets. Okay? I can go through those specific price targets for you that we covered in the beginning. We're currently sitting on, Doge is currently sitting on its 250-day exponential moving average. Okay? If we compromise that EMA, which we have gone through it before, just so you know, we've already gone through it. We've gone down to 15 cents already. So if it's unpopular talking about where we have been, we're just there a short time period ago, guys. It's just a fact of what we're looking at right now. Just, within the last month, we were at 15 cents. Yeah, we broke out up to, about 30 cents, about twice that, really. Now, who made money? The guys who were stacked with orders below that I'm talking about. I don't worry about being popular, guys. Why? Because the guys who made a literal 2x on that, literally 100% on their money, they had their orders stacked. They had their cash stacked at these different levels at multiples, already with orders ready to go on Doge or whatever else they were looking at. Those are the guys who literally pulled off a 2x, a 100% return within a period of days. Like 1, 2, maybe 3 days. 1, 2, 3 days, they made a 2x on heavier amounts of cash. That's pretty sweet, guys. That's the way you play this game. It's not trying to be popular to recruit a bunch of people just to be popular. 90% to 100% return on your money. That's pretty nice, guys. What did that require? Well, when the price was up here, it required telling people, that like the best people that in the game are stacking their orders below. While no one wants to listen to it when you're up and around this area of, let's say, 30 cents and we're all convinced it's going up, we would have loved it to go up. Well, we always talk about the people playing the game right. We talked about this since the beginning, guys. Very beginning and around the top. Yes, the people playing the game right who are going to pull off the 2x against all odds, it's going to seem like. And the most unpopular talk you can discuss is stacking the cash at lower levels with orders ready to fly, guys, ready to go. Deploying orders with multiples of cash at each level below. Those are the guys who got the 90% about 30 days ago on Doge. That's a nice trade. That's a real nice trade. That's a lot of fun, too. Right? It doesn't have to be like, heavy, serious cash. No, it's just stack the orders below. You can do it with smaller amounts of money, etc. It's just, that's what the VIPs that are doing real well. I got to tell you guys. It's what I see them doing. It's just the truth. So it's nice. So we have a lot of levels below right now. As far down as it wants to dig into this, let it roll. Like there's no problem now. We've added in this caveat. I'm just going to tell you this caveat of this sub 0.012. The VIPs right now are dealing with this sub 0.012. They just are in a lot of different investments right now. Pulling off like on what was that on Fear, a 2x, a 3x last week. Multiple 2x's, 3x's, 5x's. Guys, you are hitting like literally just like 2x's like every 2 or 3 days. And you're working on it in a real reasonable fashion, I'll tell you. It's nice to see you guys trading like that continually. It's a lot of fun, guys. So if you guys aren't members yet, we do welcome today Sebastian Matos. That's the son of Angel Matos. And Angel, I hope he's getting a good introduction into kind of investing, right? I think hopefully we are up to par. It means a lot that you would have him join. That means a lot. We will take care of him. And you guys just understand the level of professionalism, the level of decorum, the level of respect for everybody in the room is huge. In the back doors of the VIP, the restricted zone, it is hugely important. We have a family dynamic. We do have fun. But we go through so many pricing targets, so many, different different angles, different real strategies from literally here is the price action on the left. On the right, this is what the textbook says is going to happen, right? We go through that all day long. Pricing signals, all right? The day trader zone, the Doge Club, etc., right? So just focus on doing well. The Doge thing is DOGE is do only good every day. Part of that is supporting each other and supporting the community. You guys do a great job of that here. As we look at scaling into these levels of investment, we're sitting at a level right now, which is not bad. It's not bad for some involvement. Maybe pepper it in, like we talk about, like peppered in, like pepper, just salt or pepper. Just pepper in a little bit, right? Then as we go down into the different levels, like doubling and tripling down, right? At each level, doubling and tripling down the amount of investment, right? Yeah. And Angel definitely is a legend around here. Just so, Sebastian knows. I think he knows. But he's like what would you say? Like I guess a brother. You would say a brother, something like that. He's I don't know. He's from the Northeast, so you guys know. He's from the Northeast. I'm not going to tell you all the details about him, but in terms of long term, he's been around very long term in terms of Bitcoin. He's just he's been around since was it 2011? I don't want to tell the whole details about it, but he's definitely been around since 2011 on Bitcoin. I don't want to talk about that in terms of how you schedule your entirety of your holdings, etc., where you hold or how heavily loaded up you are in terms of your investments. That's kind of his business. I'll just tell you, generally, since 2011. I think that's, I don't want to get a non-disclosure agreement maybe from your lawyer. If we could, maybe we should. I don't know. I don't think we need one. Angel's a pretty cool guy, but if we need a non-disclosure agreement from his attorney to discuss his investments, I am cognizant of that, just so you know. But it's not like lawyer level language of talk, etc. I don't want that to necessarily come. He's like, come on, But I'm like, I don't want to throw the lawyer word out, but at some point, I don't know if we need a non-disclosure because he's done very well, guys. Just don't worry about it. Angel is Angel. He's a good guy, so we don't need to talk about a non-disclosure agreement. He's happy for us to know how well he's done. We don't need that necessarily, but it's kind of funny. We'll joke around a little bit. We're currently right on this level here, and he's definitely a legend. As we talk about this 250-day exponential moving average on Dogecoin, right? So as we look at that, definitely scaling in. That's what I see VIPs doing. You guys have these targets and some involvement right now. I don't see how you can lose, and that's how the VIPs do so well, right? Yeah, in Jersey. He's willing to say that. I don't want to, tell all the details, all the personal details. So thank you for telling everybody that, Angel. Born in Newark, New Jersey, raised in Elizabeth, New Jersey. So Jersey in the house. Actually, 2012. Okay, 2012 Bitcoin. And I did put up I redid this a little bit for you guys, and it was funny. I did it for you, Angel. Also, I thought I put one down near Andrew as well. I thought that'd be nice because you guys, you like Bitcoin, right? You like it at good prices. You start talking about good prices, and you guys have a strategy for good prices. It's no wonder the majority of people don't like to hear about lower prices, but it's also no wonder the people who are doing really well, they love talking about good prices, right? We also talk, we talk about acquisitions. We talk about playing heavy hands when necessary, when appropriate. So, but yeah, never afraid of a good price, right? That's just a fact. Let's clean this up a little bit. I think we can. Let me see this. Let me just clean this chart up quite a bit. All right, you guys have gone through. We have these chart patterns, right? We have all this laid out in the back. Excuse me, the community tab as well. You guys have all that. Those green dots, I like those green dots because those are kind of pick up and drop off points, right? Every one of them is profit. Boom, 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 right? We have just a lot of things to clean up. We've just done a lot of work around Dogecoin, guys. We've traded the heck out of this thing. So, but Bitcoin is on the map for a reason. Because I told you guys, me personally, I played the front side of Bitcoin pretty well. Had fun with it, and I think you guys did too in terms of the March Out the Bull Run, and that was nice. At the prices that we're currently entering into on Dogecoin, we have this scheduled in approach. Okay, as it crashes, we're not unprepared for this. We've been prepared. No one wanted to hear it the entire way down. I tried to sugarcoat as much as I can. You guys know that. I don't want it to be unpopular what I'm telling people, but yeah. If profit is profitable, we want to be around. What we say? Just if it doesn't have to be a popular opinion, I'm going to say it anyway, just so I can say that I did say it. The same thing with the top in terms of this is a cut loose, and I know you guys don't want to sell, but definitely that was we're hitting targets the whole way. So just understand it's not a popularity contest. There is a balance between kind of being agreeable in terms of what you're saying. And having people to be able to enjoy the content. It has to be kind of enjoyable. We're creating a good space here. What's going to be enjoyable is when you guys crank cash into this at lower levels, like I know you're going to do. And when on the flip side of this, I'm going to say on the flip side of the pricing cycle, when we get down into to whatever area we are through here, and it decides to perform positively, what's going to be enjoyable is watching you all make money. Like Angel looking there, 2012, Bitcoin at $1.3522. That'll work. Yeah. Okay. $1.35. I'm sorry, not $135. How did it get closer to the screen? $135. It was lower than $135. Absolutely was. We can go back in the price charts right now. Let's look $135 in 2012. Let's get into that. Let me have to move a little bit closer to that screen. Thanks for writing that down. I appreciate that. Angel, I appreciate that. We didn't need the non-disclosure agreement from the lawyer, right? So no, I know you know that, but it's fun for us to talk about that too. I'll give you a hard time about that. Okay, so that's one chart. Let's dig back into the pricing history if we can. Now there are a lot of different charts as you look at where we're going to. I think the perpetuals will have it. We may have to look for the right chart. I think actually Yahoo would be a good chart. If you guys ever want the pricing history, look, I would say the number one chart is going to be on Yahoo. Let's look up Yahoo. Let's see, Bitcoin pricing. Let's do that. Let's see, finance, Yahoo. What do we got? Let me look at this chart. We're actually going to, let's see, chart, get into here. And you guys, Yahoo has one of the, I know it's really bright and white on this screen, but hold 2 seconds. You guys can pull this up on your own screen. That would be great. Okay, we're going to talk through the prior pricing as we're looking at even around. Guys, understand in 2015, we have pricing around $235. In 2015, 2016, etc., we have all the way down through $261. Okay, so all different types of pricing in terms of how things are laid out to the current recent price of 64,863.10. Very phenomenal in terms of the gains that can be made. People who were around during those prices have adjusted to the new prices, but definitely understand. I'm going to tell you guys, probably the best chart that you can get to is going to be Yahoo in terms of the overall pricing mechanisms of this, etc. You're going to appreciate Yahoo very much. You can deal with the candles. You can deal with the line chart. It's a nice, as you look at the all-time highs and lows, deal with the candles. The candles are going to give you a full expression of that. You're going to have this dialog box in the left-hand side. It's going to show you the high, the low, the volume. You'll be able to tell from the wicks on the candlesticks essentially the magnitude of the pricing during that the express time frame. You can go through to the month, the 5-day, the 3-month, the 6-month, etc. Just make sure that you do that when you're trying to assess what was the high or low during a period of time, and that little floating dialog box will be more accurate, I think, than what you see on TradingView. So definitely make use of those Yahoo charts. And just to kind of reconfirm that, it was that angel in and around 135, not $1, 135. And I think there was someone, there's a few different people that have gotten in even lower than that, but that's a phenomenal story just in terms of values we talk about. Now you start to see these lines below. Yeah, now you see these lines below after we've been through the Doge chart. You guys understand the lines below as we look at this, the circumstance on Doge. As you look at these different targeted entries around here of this, all these different scaled in levels, just understand on the entirety of Bitcoin. When you see these, and these are all double, triple down zone, and you see on top of that, guys, no one else is preparing their orders. Just understand it's not a great discussion to have. This is the one we prefer to have. This is a profit discussion. As you talk about even more acquisitions in this smaller zone, in below a cent, we're prepared for in and below a penny on something. Guys, it's at 18 cents. Doge is at 18 cents. Why wouldn't I be prepared for under a penny with cash reserves awaiting? It's repeated multiple times to 10x, 100x, etc. I mean, 100x this year, it's gone 10x multiple times. It's at 18 cents. Why wouldn't I be prepared? It came from 007 this year. Why would I not be prepared for prices below a penny to get back to at least where it came from this year? Why would I not be prepared for that? Absolutely. I'm never going to be caught. I'm going to be like the VIPs. I'm never going to be caught overexposed at a higher level. Never, guys, never. And I want to watch that pricing cycle repeat. And I'll tell you, if it jumps up into another bull run like this, you guys want to know who's going to be like front loaded on board, et cetera, playing this heavily? It'd probably be us. Absolutely, you bet it. Once you get the indications that we're back on board and we're going 10x, we're going to run this through the roof right there, guys. No one was more excited. No one is throwing harder at this stuff, and no one is having more fun and achieving more profits, et cetera. But right now, we're not in that zone, and we haven't been for a while. So as you look at this scaled-in investment in this area, there's no shame in saying we're going to get the best price we can, even within this. And I just bring this up because we're about to look at that Bitcoin chart. Within there, we have the scaled-in zone even below that. And I'll share these figures to the extent necessary with the VIP. But you already have this approach here as we bring that over, the rationale over to Bitcoin. You're going to see these lines on the Bitcoin chart that are going to, let's see here, which one was this? That have even, anytime you see these lines on my chart, these green lines, for instance, that's scaling in, right? Yeah, there we go. When you see that, that's me scaling in at the lower levels. All of those are always scaled in, double or triple down, just in line with the VIP, et cetera. Like I like to be prepared for those lower levels, like no matter what. So my current level of involvement is what it is, but I always have that double, triple down approach, which keeps my cash definitely structured below at multiples. I'm talking multiples at the lower levels. So it's still fun to trade. It's still fun to book positive trades and still do, on really nice moves, et cetera, do what needs to be done, but never being overexposed. That's just not in the playbook, guys. It hasn't been in the playbook. $7.89. There you go. Look at early 2012. That was your balance. There we go. I thought it was different. There we go. Okay, London, you had $135.22 of the balance and it was at $7.89. There we go. Bitcoin at $7.89. There we go. Because you had mentioned that to me, and I thought it was lower than what you had just written down. So I'll make sure and make a note of that. That's nicely done, huh? $7.89 for Bitcoin. There you go. I would say that Angel has earned his Bitcoin emblem next to him. Don't you guys think so? I think we agree with that, huh? So he's like, yes, absolutely. I think I may have to earn a dog sitter. This is where I'm placed at night sometimes because the pups just go around. They have fun during the daytime. I think you guys normally do too, but it's just I don't know. In between I think we have some company in the back, and the pups aren't part of the party, so they're a little upset. So they're going to keep doing that. I just wanted to come at you guys live and talk about this, and it's great that we did for purposes of Sebastian and everybody else. We're talking about deep level acquisitions. Boom, capital definitely deployed at lower levels. We could be, we've been in a very bearish pattern for a while. We've been trading, having a lot of fun. Gate has been very exciting. Very exciting. You guys know that. We've been trading, having a lot of fun. You guys have been hitting 2Xs, 3Xs, just small amounts of cash right now. There's no reason in the world. I'm going to tell you guys, there's no reason in the world or no reason whatsoever you could give me right now to overexpose myself in a market where we have a potential of going down to levels that could be hugely, enormously profitable within the next pricing cycle. There's nothing you could throw at me right now. Literally, I'm going to tell you guys, or the VIPs, there's just nothing you could throw at me right now in terms of an investment to make me want to risk huge amounts of my money. Like, big time reserve capital. We're not there, guys. Reserve cash is down. It's down here, right? That's where the value is, right? I'm never going to be caught overexposed at a higher level. I'm just not. I'm always going to have the ability to double and triple down at a lower level, period. Okay, because I want to cover, what would I say? I definitely want to cover, like if I have an exposure at this top level, right? That's fine. If it carries down, now I'll probably do a stop loss order here, but if this carries down to another level, that's no problem, right? And I don't want, the trick is I don't want this, even if you go ahead and you play this scenario out. You say, well, we want to invest here, and this starts to look real small on the screen. Well, we want to invest here. Like we have this urge, we have to invest here. It's like, okay, well, you have to invest here, but you can only afford that much of it right now. Okay, let's do a little bit of the mathematics behind it. We don't have to do the math. Math is boring. You say, well, okay, but we just have to invest right here. Well, you can invest right here, and maybe you'll go up to there. That'd be great. There you go. You've invested there, and maybe you've gone up to there. I would rather invest down here, okay? And why would I rather do that? Well, because, see, if I invest down here and I carry that volume up to where you're going, then I'm going to make that. Now you can, that's the increased volume I'm going to get with the there you go, the increased volume, the breadth of my holdings, given the fact I'm planning on buying lower. Now you can buy, if you just have to, you can deploy all your cash here at this level. You can do that now. You can hold it all the way through down here and just carry it all the way up to there. That's going to be your profit. Me, I'm gonna get that down below. I'm gonna get more volume than you. All right? So when it goes back up to the same point, you and I are going to compare, and this is going to be your profit because you just had to invest everything right now. Okay? Or even at the top here, and you held through all that. All right, the problem is, if you did this at the top, you invested this in, you had to believe the hype. You had to get in. We had to, just this rush for a great investment. Problem is, when you get down here, that investment from the top, it looks like this. It's even smaller, right? Yeah, so really as you talk about that right now, it's like, well, and we really only afforded like that much, right? It's a smaller investment. As things are more expensive, you get less volume, right? So if you had saved cash to deploy at this level now, that'd be one thing. Most people, that bought in high, it's just a function of the market, guys. It's no fun to do, and it's not exciting to talk about. People don't like this talk. They just don't like it. People don't like to make money in the market for whatever reason. That's the only thing I like to do is make money in the market. That's it. Like I don't have a whole lot of, what do you say? There you go. Sebastian saying my dad was just prepared that way. That is awesome, huh? That is just great news. And yeah, he's a real blessing to be around. He's a great guy. We have a lot of great people in the community. Like yeah, just we shout out to Andrew, shout out to everybody here. It's nice. Here we go. Bought 1,000 and sold 790. The remaining balance just stood there. 135.22. Original 789. Not much, but do the math. There you go. We love that. Love that. That's Angel in the house. So yeah, you're a testament to the market, and it's nice to have a little bit of the new framework, so you understand the value framework of the video, etc. I like the Bitcoin next to you. See, we learn more about you. We get to talk about this stuff. And Sebastian, you get to realize your dad's in a real kind of exclusive group. All right, it's like VIP, and now you are in the exclusive group as well. That's pretty cool, huh? That's fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We need that youthfulness around, and yeah, we're getting to what a privilege, huh? Got to say, Angel, like it's you're gonna be. I mean, we got the Matos family in the house. Very nice, huh? It's nice, huh? Very exciting. Now, Andrew, I know you got more team players at home. I don't know. I mean, the wife, does she's learning, right? Does she want to trade? Does she want to trade? We'd love to have all you guys with family members, etc. You make it a little competitive, huh? It'd be good. So, as we look at the current exposure right now, just understand, and most people don't want to bet. They feel like they're betting against the market. But one of the biggest challenges is for people to understand, well, how can you make money when the price goes down? When you explain to someone, because they have this sinking feeling in their gut, well, Bitcoin's gone down 50%. Oh my gosh, the whole market it's like a traumatic event. Even people who aren't invested in it, they'll talk to me like, oh, Bitcoin. It's gone down. It's very unfortunate. Oh, I tell them, well, really not for us. Actually, we like that. We hit pricing targets at lower levels, and we make money, when it goes down. They're like, well, what do you mean? You can explain it to them in 2 or 3 minutes, and they start to be like, oh, so you're part of the group that you sell when we sell when it goes high. We buy low and we sell when it goes high. Oh, okay, yeah. You guys know we do that every day. We literally do that every day. We buy low, we sell high. Now you'll get into some different. I put some Ferraris in there for you, Sebastian. Thanks for the emojis. You got the Ferraris; those are yours. We need to work on getting some real ones. You're welcome to the $1 Million Challenge. You're the first guy to hammer in and. Yeah, first guy to hammer in and be welcome to the $1 Million Challenge. I think Michael Gonzalez also joined back today. Shout out to Michael Gonzalez. Also to Brad Sullivan, also joined recently. I see some of the names fly by, and you guys know that. We can do we'll do a VIP feature. I wanted to do a VIP feature here soon and kind of feature all the people with the pictures and cool stuff like that. We'll get all that stuff going. So, yeah, some people just enjoy that. So every day we're buying low and selling high. Right? Absolutely. We're buying low and selling high. Okay? So that is important, right? And that's cool. Okay, so you're interesting. Sebastian, you're downstairs. He's upstairs right now watching the tape. Okay, cool. Or watching, it's not tape, it's a live stream. Very cool. You guys are going to be competitive with each other. You're going to be finding charts, finding different coins. We're gonna have a good time. Now we have we have the Matos team. We have the Matos team. We got an asset, huh? An asset in the Matos family. So in terms of this, Sebastian will walk you through the technicals. I'll definitely. I don't think anyone wrote this down. It's principles. Let's write this down. What is it? Principles of technical analysis. Maybe I missed this. Analysis of the financial markets by John J. Murphy. And that is going to be the key book if you can order that. Now you realize why your dad is glued to the charts. Good. You understand, huh? You see the value, everything else. You understand there's really something to it, huh? When you trade, you'll get into it. The book I just wrote down in the chat room and in the text there, Principles of Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets by John J. Murphy. That's the key book. That is the book, quote unquote, from my experience, etc. And it's not financial advice, guys. But from my experience, the top traders literally have communicated directly to me. That is the book, quote unquote. That's it. That is the book. I've got it right in front of me. I've been studying this book since like high school. I just have. So. Very good. You got it coming tomorrow. That's on the button. And your dad will tell you about hitting the button. You got to be able to people will tell you. One of my best friends is a former kind of lead manager, VP, director, et cetera, with J.P. Morgan. And we do have investment professionals. We have, I think, actually, shout out to Jay Suave. He's closing. He's former BlackRock, which is a multi-trillion-dollar investment management company. And he's former J.P. Morgan. He's a great VIP. I think he's closing today on a house, so best of luck today to Jay Suave. VIP Murray's closing today on a big house, et cetera. Something good's going on. My other buddy here in town is former VP level, vice president of investment banking and et cetera with JP Morgan. That's one of the top shops for investment bankers. They invest large amounts of like institutional level of cash, like trillions of dollars. They're involved in like finance on that level. And he told me, he's like, London, he's like with trading, he says, and I like him because he'll always tell me he has a real kind of air about him. There's an air, kind of prowess he has in the way he talks, and I enjoy that. He tells me like, London, you need to understand with trading, you have to be able to hit that button. You have to be able to hit that button. And I thought it was really, really nice because the way I understand it is not maybe the way he intended it or otherwise, or maybe he did, but it's not just to buy, because I'll tell that to people. They'll understand, well, they need to be able to buy, because everyone wants to make this big investment decision, right? And the people I know is like, well, we decide I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy Bitcoin. I'm going to buy Bitcoin today. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit that button. I'm going to buy. That's the easy part. The easy part is finding an opinion. And listen, Sebastian, real closely if you can, okay? It's easy to find an opinion to support a belief that something's going to go up. That's easy. That is easy. It's very difficult once it has gone up, okay? Once it's gone up, it's very difficult to hit the button to sell. That is the most difficult button to hit, is once it has gone up to hit the button to sell. Because everyone will hear that story and tell them, well, my buddy, he's, former director of J.P. Morgan. He's a big guy, multi-trillion-dollar company, et cetera, with J.P. Morgan institutional banking. He'll say you have to be able to hit that button. That means that you have to be able to sell it for profit. You have to be able to sell it for profit at some point. Even the guys who've gone extraordinary with, Bitcoin or anything else, at some point, and with different investments, they may have a different approach. And I don't want to overqualify everything and let you guys know that, what do we got? We will not leave money on the table. We refuse. That's right, Angel. That's right, brother. And we just have to know that. It's crucial. It is so crucial as we talk about creating profits. Profits require us to sell at a higher price than what? Than what we bought at. And we have to sell high after we've bought low. Okay, we have to do it in that order unless we are dealing with options. If we're dealing with options, we can adjust the timing of the delivery, right? You guys know that. So we don't deal with options too much. We don't like people getting over leveraged. It can present kind of a problem to different people, et cetera. So we don't like. I don't want to lose friends, and it's not. You guys know if you want to make money on options, you can. But we definitely want to not definitely. I don't know. Don't overexpose yourself in options. Just that's a word to the wise. I'll just say that. So I think my pups are outside, which means there's stuff. They're barking, which means there's stuff still going on out in the back, which I probably need to be a part of at least briefly. So I'm gonna. They're not a part of it. I need to go be a part of it for a bit. So at least let me go do that for a minute. Otherwise, I'm gonna get probably put in the doghouse for a little while. So I'm gonna go make sure I do that. And I hope you guys have a great night. We're gonna have fun. You guys have scaled in levels on all of this. You understand the level of exposure right now. You understand the multitude of levels below. Never being overexposed at any higher price. Look at this wedge just real quickly, guys, this structure, this framework. If I expand this over and we get past the notion that, well, we have essentially gotten through this original one. I'm gonna say that there are two, for the record, that there are two. One is this wedge formation here, expanding wedge. This expanded channel right here. It has a kind of a flat line and an expanding level along the bottom. That's going to want to pour down, guys. Now this secondary one here is just screaming, guys. It's just screaming to cut loose. I'm going to say it's just screaming to cut loose. And we tried to get into the bull flag. We really gave it and I traded the heck out of this, guys. I really did. That is not the reason it went down. I'm going to tell you that. Though I did take some profits. I'm going to tell you I did take some profits in here in terms of trading this. It does look like someone attacked that thing, doesn't it? So I'm not going to take credit for that in any kind of way. I did trade the heck out of this thing. I wouldn't say that was me. It may have been us collectively, along with the rest of the market. I'm not going to say that we didn't maybe it does look like someone just completely annihilated that, but it needed to happen. There's not enough demand at it in terms of holding value. No institutions, no businesses, no one stepped in and said, we're going to put $1 billion into Bitcoin right now. Okay, so, let us trade it. Let us, chew this thing up. Let us get into it and, swing back and forth on our orders, et cetera, and really pull some value out of this thing. But it just looks like it literally wants to, it's begging to move. It just is, right? This is a bearish pattern. I'm going to tell you, the bull flag, the move to the upside, it's drowned itself out. Okay, can it move to the upside? Sure, it can. Do I have I hate people saying, I have a position in it. Well, okay. If it goes to the upside, I'm going to make some money. I'll tell you that. If it goes to the downside, I'm excited because I have my pricing targets leveled out at multiples at doubles or triple level down, guys. So we're still in this kind of expanded channel here. You don't necessarily have to get to this bifurcated level here, but I do want to, I'd say this dual level, I do want to bring up that we do have the original one. Then we have dropped out of that into this secondary one, okay? On a technical basis, we've dropped down into this secondary category. This is as fundamental as I can get to representing the truth of the situation. Now, this is going to want to pour down. This is another bearish pattern, meaning bearish. It's going to want to go down, all right? That golden pocket is below. You guys know I tweeted that out yesterday, 24,777. It'd be great to get down to that. At some point, we're going to have to do something. We have to do something. It can't just sit in no man's land and that's like, spoil a product, just let it do nothing. There's no pricing action. There's no attraction. We've gotten involved in other investments. You guys know that quite a bit, having fun with them too. So the EMA on the 400-day EMA, is the current. That is the current level that you're at. This 400-day EMA. I just hit the microphone. As we look at that 400-day EMA, that's the crucial level right there. That is the crucial level also right there. That is the crucial level also right there. If that can be respected somehow, that'd be great. We've already hit it twice, guys. All right, we've hit it twice. We're on the third round. Every time we hit it, there's less of a likelihood that we're going to hold. 007 Doge sounds like a juicy steak. Maybe for like a year or two, right? You're like, maybe a boat and maybe some other stuff. The lower prices are going to give you an opportunity if you have the cash available. If you have the cash on reserve, okay? And a great part of this group is staying plugged in with the right kind of people, guys. You know that. Always reinforcing these notions of, okay, heavy cash reserves, right? Heavy, in terms of planning your cash, et cetera, for lower prices. That's what this whole game is about. People who have been literally just holding in this and that, not trading, like, what are they doing? Right? I feel bad for them, honestly. From my heart, I really feel bad for them. I really feel like we're doing each other like a big service. I do, guys. From the bottom of my heart, I feel like we're doing a great service. Like with you have to say with Sebastian Matos, just got involved tonight as a VIP. I am so excited he got involved. He's a younger guy. He just got involved in the market. Sebastian, I'll just let you know, be careful who you listen to. I know you're on YouTube or anything else. Please be careful who you listen to. First of all, we don't allow outside opinions into our group. We just don't. We do our own work. We develop our own minds, our own understanding, etc. But just be careful because a lot of the guys will sound slick or they'll have a little bit of a British accent. And whatever it is, I tell you, be careful. Just be careful. It's a lot of times your dad can walk you through that and coach you through that, but he's probably not going to want you to listen to a whole lot of stuff because those are the same guys who were pushing it at 65,000. The ones with 10 and 20,000, you're going to say, oh, this person's popular. They were pushing Bitcoin at 65,000 or at 60,000 to buy more. Now they've turned around. They're like, oh, well, now we have some serious issues to discuss. And no. We don't forget. I've gone through the litany of these other, whichever one you pull up. Know this, Sebastian, not one of them was talking about keeping heavy cash reserves. They all misled to the tune of like an erosion of 50% of the value of the coin. They literally lead. The bigger the number, unfortunately, the worse the story is right now in terms of other channels. But you'll find that 95% of the people in the market don't win. They do not win, guys. So we're that 5%, and that's nice for us to be in that 5%. This expanding wedge, just like the previous one, guys, and then I'm going to have to get out of here. This expanding wedge is bearish. It broke down. This current expanding wedge, and that zone in between, let's say the 33,000 to the 40,000. That was a nice move here. We've kind of eroded the volatility. We need some volatility back. So this next wedge in between the 30, let's say the 31,000, it's been up to the 36,000. This has just, bled down. It really needs to do something. You're about at the complete recapitulation standpoint here. We've recapitulated here, and it's just going to, guys, it's a bearish pattern. Understand that. It's a bearish pattern. Okay, so in terms of downfall, breaching through this level, I'm going to tell you, breaching through the level, that EMA, the exponential moving average, 400. I'm going to tell you with the RSI currently where it is, I'm not interested unless the RSI is I'm going to tell you, unless it's lower, guys. I'm not real interested right now. If it takes off and I don't have real heavy cash deployed into it right now, so be it. So be it. Get me into some altcoins with some different action. I'll work on accumulation. I do have, some holdings right now. I'm happy with where I'm at and with my heavy cash reserves on the downside. I'm going to follow with the. I appreciate that, Sebastian and Angel. You guys know we're the top group, and your dad's part of it. So he wants you in line with what he's learning as well. So we're ready for lower prices. It needs to break. Please break. Right? It may not be comfortable for everybody. Understand, when it breaks, it's good news for us if it can. If we can get better prices, we want better prices. It'd be like going to a market, being like, I want to spend more money today. No, you don't. Right? You want to go to a market, you want to spend more money? No. If we can get better prices, we definitely want to. So I'm going to be called here to the back. We have some people. I'm just going to tell you, I have some people in the back of the house. So I have to go. That's why the dogs are going nuts. So I'm going to catch unholy heck if I don't go back there myself and do a little bit of something. And I'm going to leave the pups in here. I'm going to go to the back. We're going to have a good night in the back with the VIPs. And you guys welcome Sebastian. Sebastian, make sure you go over to the Twitter. And that pinned comment here. Make sure that you go to the first pinned tweet here on Twitter, and I will let you in the back room, and we'll get going with you trading. I'm excited, brother. You're going to learn a ton, and you're going to find it's the best group you could have walked into. We're so excited that you're there. If you guys have other family members or friends that want to join, you guys follow the lead. And Angel, we really appreciate you building up the community. Andrew, we really appreciate you building up the community as well. Angel at it's going to be the 8.35 thousand top supporter, level top supporter, and Andrew at the 0.6 level top supporter. So in terms of thousands. So we will bring those to higher levels as well. I look forward to what you guys are trying to build here in terms of good kind of, what would you say, just kind of a good kind of like, VIP kind of a trading compound level, something we can, I was thinking today, wouldn't it be nice to have like headquarters, like something like, wouldn't it be nice, huh? Like we have trading headquarters. That's nice. That whole idea, we can all, get together and have trading headquarters. That's nice. And I thought, well, we do have that. Yeah, we do have that. It's virtual, but we do have that. So that's nice, and I appreciate you guys recognizing that, because that's a lot. I know it's a lot that goes into it from y'all's standpoint, and the more that you guys recognize that, we just it feeds onto the excitement. So we're gonna use that excitement. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So this is London with the Crypto Kingdom. I'm gonna go to the backyard to make sure I'm not completely rude to guests, etc. You guys take care of yourself, and not rude to you. Hope you enjoyed the time that we were able to spend a little bit earlier. Got a few things to tend to here. And you guys make sure you eat well, sleep well. And also the market is open 24/7, Sebastian. So make sure you always take care of those extra relationships outside the market. And we'll get everything done to make this a great experience for you. And thank you as well. You guys take